Hello, Paul. My name is Ethan. I'm with Web Rank Management. I spoke to one of your associates today, and he told me this was the best email to use to get in touch with you about this custom little video that I shoot. I'm basically just giving you a couple tips and tricks about some free things that you can do today to help grow your online presence and generate more income or more business, at least, with your website. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. I know you're probably busy and I don't want to waste your time. So the three things I'm going to be talking about today are content, citations, and backlinks. So first off, content. That's everything that you can see on this page as soon as you open it up here. By the way, beautiful website, but content is kind of lacking. Google likes to see between 1 and 2,000 words per page on a website just to label you as the expert. So that way when someone is searching for your services, you're the first person they point to just based on that alone. So if we go ahead, I'm going to click Command A to highlight everything on your page, and I'm going to copy it. And then I literally just pulled up a word counter at wordcounter.net. I'll go ahead and paste that in here. And it shows you only have 348 words on your homepage. Now that's way, way, way lower than where we want to see it. Like I said, Google really likes to see around between 1 and 2,000. So 1,500 is kind of the sweet spot. That's the first one. That's really, really easy. You can literally fix that over tonight if you wanted to. Next up is going to be citations. So basically, whenever you Google anything, for example, pest control link in Nebraska, this is what you're going to see. The very top right over here is your sponsored content. These are the companies that are paying Google to put their website up at the top. So that way, in hopes of getting people to click on them or organically when they're searching things. Fun little fact for you, 30% of people will click on the very first Google result whenever they type in anything. So with that knowledge, that it makes sense people want to put their ads up at the top. But another fun fact, about 40% of all people using the internet have ad blockers. So about 40% of people looking for your services won't see them if they're sponsored. Not to say that ads are a bad thing. We do offer ad management services, but they're just not my favorite. I prefer to rank for things organically. So anyway, sorry. After the sponsored content, you have the Google Map Pack. This is generated anytime someone searches for a service or location, a service or building, a service or business, and then the location afterwards. So for example, pest control leak in Nebraska, pest control near me, etc. This is for your local area. It basically just shows anywhere on the internet that has your business's name, address, and phone number, also known as a citation. These could be websites like Yelp, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, Home Advisors. The list goes on and on and on. Basically, you just want to have as many as you possibly can, reaching out and making sure, or signing up with as many of these as you can, making sure that your exact name, address, and phone number are appearing the exact same way they do on your website. Then Google just kind of looks at all those collective data or that collected data and says, okay, based on all of these different websites, they must be a real person. The more citations you have, the more reviews you have, the higher keywords that you have, the better your overall ranking in this little section will be. And then directly below that is the organic section. This is ideally where we want to get you guys. So what I'd like to do is take your biggest competitor and use them as a roadmap. Now, obviously, Orkin, that's a national company, so I just kind of avoided them right over. And I clicked on this ABC Termite and Pest Control. So this is the ABC Termite and Pest Control website, and I was very surprised that they're at the top. Their website doesn't look amazing. It's not terrible by any means, but Lord, it's just so much empty space on there. Like you would figure for the top ranking, or at least the second ranking, organic search result, this would be quite filled to the brim with content, at least like keyword, character-rich content, but it's very barren. So I was quite surprised. So I wanted to take a peek under the hood to see what we're going about. So I use this tool over here called Ahrefs. It's not free, but if you want to sign up for it, be my guest. It's a very powerful tool. It basically just buys data from Google and tracks when someone searches something, where do they end up. So based on the organic section of Google where they are ranking themselves, Google says that they're getting about 8,500 clicks onto their website every month. Now, Google, again, estimates that value of almost $10,000. So let's just say, I'm going to pull out my calculator real quick. Let's say that their sales team isn't amazing and they only convert 30% of their sales, or 30% of their clicks onto their website into sales. So 8.5 times 0.3, that's 2.55. So 8,500 times 0.3, 2,550 new pieces of business that they're getting every month, by the way. So this is saying they're down 2.6 thousand from last month. I went ahead and took a peek at their all-time over at least the last year. And at one point, they were getting about 16,000 clicks onto their website just for that particular month, which was the 21st of July. For whatever reason, people were really, really having problems with termites, pests, ants, mosquitoes, something. It was really good business for them. So the last thing I wanted to mention was backlinks. So we had content, like I said, about 1,500 words on your home page and every page after. Citations, those are all those websites that have your business's name, address, and phone number all matching up exactly the same. And a backlink. Now, basically, this is just another referring domain pointing back to your website saying, hey, if you're looking for pest control, this is my recommendation. You have my seal of approval. These are the guys you want to go to. Not all backlinks are created equal. For example, a backlink coming from Pizza Hut would not mean nearly as much as a backlink coming in from Orkin or from Pest Monitor Monthly or something. I'm not super duper familiar with this market, so I'm kind of trying to familiarize myself a little bit. But either way, Google really likes to see a lot of niche and location relevant backlinks. That's kind of how you get your higher number. And this URL rating and this domain rating, this is a 1 to 100 scale. So the fact that they only have an 18 or a 7 is not amazing. So it blows my mind that of the 472 referring domains, they have over 2,000 backlinks. That tells me that they have a couple really strong ones and a lot of not so strong ones. Yeah, sorry, just taking a quick little peek at some other statistics. But anyway, I wanted to see what kind of keywords that they were ranking for. So I went ahead and opened that up on a separate tab, and they had obviously a ton of things that they're ranking for on Google. So I pulled out the ones specific to your location. So I used Lincoln, for example. And you see right off the bat, pest control Lincoln, Nebraska, 350 searches every month, and they're getting 33 of those to their website. ABC Pest Control Lincoln, Nebraska, 200 searches, they're getting 28. Pest Control Lincoln, 90 searches, they're getting 14. The reason I wanted to pull these out specifically with Lincoln, Nebraska is because these are what we call buyer intent keywords. It's saying what I want and where I want it. So you can assume that the majority of people searching this and clicking onto the website will be converted into leads. Now, based on this alone, I wanted to take a peek at your website just to see how you compare. And in all honesty, not that bad. Based on a lot of different research that I've been doing, you guys are actually doing quite well. You're already getting about 135 clicks onto your website every month based on your organic search, which, to be honest, I should probably go ahead and look where, or not that one, Pest Solutions 365. How far down are you? A1 Pest, Presto, Raccoon. Wow, okay. You must have some fun keywords you're ranking for to be this far down on the Google Organic section. All right, this is just me scrolling through Google right here. But anyway, you're getting 135 clicks on your website. You've got an extra 37 from last month, so congrats. Whatever you're doing a good job of it. 570 keywords. Again, that's quite a lot for especially for this niche or business. But obviously, not even close to your biggest competitor. But the big thing that you have right here is this referring domains. You've got a much nicer domain rating, I believe. Yep, 16 versus a 7. And, well, slightly less on your URL ratings, but either way, no biggie. The referring domains, you have 78. Your biggest competitor has 472. So basically what we would like to do is kind of use them as a roadmap. We like to take their referring domains, go in, put in your website in its place, so you have as many, if not more, all these referring domains, and then we want to add to them. We want to just keep increasingly adding more and more and more over time, so that way you are not only beating your competition, but far exceeding them. Obviously, 135 clicks, valued at almost $300 a month. That is nothing to scoff at. That's fantastic. I think you guys are doing great. But if you really want to take the next step and go much further to potentially getting up here to around this 10K mark, I would love to see if I could help out anyway. With that, those are my 3 little tips and tricks: content, citations, and backlinks. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email. I'll be more than happy to answer them out. If you like what you saw, again, would love to hear any comments that you may have. If you want to, we can schedule a time to get on the phone, on a Zoom call, talk about your business for a little bit, see if we can even be of help to each other. If you didn't like what you saw, no biggie. I know that I'm not for everybody. I'm not the prettiest face in the world, but hey, I like to think that I do pretty well sometimes. It would also mean a lot to me if you can just give me a couple sentences, what you didn't really care for, things I can change. Just kind of helps me out later on in the future. With that, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care, and I hope to talk to you soon.